I used to really think about why people fight. I mean, growing up, I was that kid who was always being bullied. That kid who was always, if everybody want to taste how powerful they are in the quarters, they will always taste on me. So I was kind of weak. Like, I don't want to say weak. I was just, the environment which I grew up in an environment where I didn't have a voice. I could not talk like that. And so every other person around me used their advantage. I used that on me and to their advantage. So these days I've grown up to look at violence like it's crazy. Why would one human beat another, one human being beat another, lay your hands on another and all that? It's the same thing as we're saying that the war in Ukraine. I mean, we're talking about Russia attacking Ukraine and all that. It's the same thing. It starts where you beating your wife, beating your husband, getting to this global thing, like a country attacking another country. Violence in general is not a good thing. It's really, really bad. I've been in situations like that and I know exactly how it feels. So I know it's bad. Guys, welcome to the show. Of course, this is Chat Center and my name is MC Dibenja. Remember always, it's MC Dibenja and we're here to give you the headlines. And of course, we're also here to give you chats with our guests on the show. We always bring you the finest, the best, the storytellers on the show. And of course, today is not going to be another different day. It's going to be an amazing day, filled with juice, filled with fun. Let's have a break. I'm going to be right back. Now, talking about violence in the world. Gender-based violence. Violence against men, violence against women. 10 years ago, my neighbor, my direct neighbor, he would beat her in every circumstance, everything possible. That everything that happened, she was being beaten. To the point that sometimes he would strip her naked. And neighbors would rush to separate them, fighting or beating her. And sometimes they'll meet her naked. And this neighbor had 3 kids. 2 with another woman, 1 with another woman. And this woman who was in the house at that time had no kids with him. And he would go through the process, beat her, strip her naked, and these kids would be there looking at her like that. And when neighbors coming to help, it's going to be a different problem. Either physical, sometimes if he's not laying his hands on her, he's probably insulting her. Stupid woman, you can't give me kids. You are useless. Look at you, you are ugly, and all sorts of things. And I keep asking myself, like, why is she there? And I've also witnessed a scenario where a man cannot make and utter a word because his wife pounds on him at every given point in time. Why would one human lay hands on another human? Why? I mean, this past week, it's been on the headlines, it's been on social media, it's been on news platforms about the Nigerian singer Osinachi. If you enjoy Ekueme, I mean, those who go to church know the song very well. And even those who don't go to church, I mean, this song was both in church and clubs. I've seen people go on their knees in clubs dancing to Ekueme, or probably enjoying the song. This woman has suffered from domestic violence for a very long time. And finally, last week, he had to take her life. Why you stay there up to the point where he's taking your life, man? I think things like domestic violence, the government should go, all governments around the world should do something like citizens arrest, whereby if you see a man laying their hands on a woman or a woman laying their hands on a man, you should just arrest them or probably call the police. Call the first law or another. Because this thing is getting crazy. We've countless number of times we have seen women lost their lives because of violence from their husbands. We've seen men in same scenarios, same situations. What is happening, guys? Together right here on the show, everybody on the show here, both behind the camera, both sitting here, everybody would saying no to violence in any form. No to violence in any form. And when you do this around kids, you put that thing in their head, and they grow up and start having the same funny behaviors. It's crazy. May Osinachi so rest in peace, and all that people, all that women, men who lost their life in some crazy violence. And I will repeat, we all join our voices to say no to violence in any form. Gender-based violence in any form. We say no to violence. Away from violence. And still another story that I don't want to place it alongside violence, but I always say it on the show every time. I say it to my guests, I say it to my friends, there is power in collaboration. I mean, if you have if entertainers collaborate, if, for example, I was making reference to the Virtuous Women Presidential Debate, Auntie Felicia, Dorcas, Richard, Kokawan Copies, these people came together and they brought their fan bases together, and you saw the amazing job they could do. That tells you that there is power in collaboration. And why is it that some of us, like, we have a problem when we have a problem with collaboration? Now, some people mistake collaboration with occupation. They might be right to say that some other people, for example, they host now between Cameroon and Nigeria when it comes to entertainment. Some Cameroonians think that Nigerians are not collaborating with Cameroonians, but they're looking for a means to occupy Cameroon's market. They make the same thing they did to South Africa, the same thing they did to Ghana. They're trying to make the same reference and say that, okay, Nigerians are not coming to Cameroon because they are collaborating for the both industries to grow, but rather they're doing so to get, because they feel like their market is exhausted, and they're actually coming to Cameroon to exhaust their own market. And away from that, other people still think like Nigerians are not doing Cameroonians a favor, and they're not helping, because most Cameroonians who come to Cameroon, they also have this statement that we're helping. I'm helping this industry. We are at this level. We're helping this industry to grow. And the better term, for me, I think the better term to be used is we're collaborating, but not mind the situation. Over the weekend, last week, Bamboozla movie premiere. Les Lions Notables du cinéma camerounais, Kang Quintus, made a scene. And everybody on social media did not find it funny, though he had some people on his side, where he had to be on stage and, this video.
As an industry, I will not sit somewhere and see our hard work as an industry be put down the drain, because I know how much we put in as an industry. Collaboration is about mutual respect. We need Nigeria needs us. We need Hollywood needs us. So it's about mutual respect. So I just want to say that the reason I disagree, we need Hollywood, sir. We do. If you say we don't need Hollywood, I will say we don't need Nollywood. Yes, we need Hollywood because they do better than we do. So it's a constructive debate, and I just want to say this conclusively. I want to say this: as an industry, as a Cameroonian, I am proud how far the industry has come, and as a collaborative industry, we need each other.
Yeah, that video, and people feel like, and everybody on social media fans feel like this was outright disrespect on people like Zach Oji, who has been at the helm of African cinema for a very long time. Why some people have the opinion that Quintus was right by saying that Nigerians should stop saying they are helping or they're coming to support. Rather, they're coming to work. They're working because they pay them. Cameroonian filmmakers, Cameroonian producers pay these guys when they come to Cameroon. And so Cameroonian filmmakers or Nigerian actors and directors and the rest should stop saying that they're coming to help or coming to support, because they are being paid for the job that they do in the country. But I feel like they're being paid, but at the end of the day, Nigeria, we all would agree that these guys are steps ahead. And I'm not just having a problem about what he said. I'm having a problem about where he said it and the people that were involved. I mean, this woman, Belinda Babila, had her movie premiere, and this was just, she was doing it. She had this business and everything. And I think this was a appropriate place to make this kind of utterance. I mean, you have huge followers. Kang have huge followers on social media. He could use social media platform to say things like this, not disrupt the whole reason why the premiere was in the first place. And now, Chidi Mokeme and Zach Oji, these are legends. You and I will agree. I've been watching these guys since I was a kid. Even before I was born, some of us were born, these guys were already in this game. And giving a part on Zach Oji's shoulder like that, I feel like, to me too, I feel like it was disrespect. Hours after, the Cameroon film industry had to make a statement saying that they're not with Quintus in whatever he said. I feel like these guys, some people think these guys are trying to, rub shoulders and feel like, okay, guys, please, if you are coming to our movies, don't look at this guy and be scared and feel like, and don't look at this guy and feel like we all are saying the same thing. He's on his own. And at the same time, some people feel like they did the right thing to do that because there is always a need for collaboration because we are Africans in general and we should work hand in gloves. Generally, I would say, on my part, there is always a need for collaboration and it should be positive collaboration where both parties are gaining something. Not just about one person saying that I'm supporting you, I'm coming to support you, I'm coming to promote you guys, I'm coming to support you or help you guys. At the end of the day, it ends. Because when I had an interview with Nancy and asked her, like, okay, you guys are coming to the Cameroon, right? And you're coming to these movies. At the end of the day, when you're done with your movie, you're gone. You made your money, you leave. When these movies are undergoing the promotion and everything, we don't see you guys putting the energy. What kind of support are you doing? Just put your face in the movies or what? Use your social media platforms to support these guys too. That's what I think. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And we're still live on Chat Center. And this is that amazing part of the show. Beautiful part. Everything about the show is nice, but this part is so exceptional. We have our guest for today, ladies and gentlemen. He's a fine-looking gentleman. Ladies, close your eyes. If you enter your eye, close them. He is an actor. He's a comedian, a very funny one at that, ladies and gentlemen. My guest for today, I've known him for, how can I say, is it 5 years, 6 years? But I've known him as this exceptional human being at what he does. My guest, Richard the comedian, you can call him Godisz Fungwa. Baba, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Some people will say Godisz Fungwa, aka Richard the comedian, but I prefer to call Richard the comedian because I love Richard. I like the character Richard. Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm fine. I have a lot happening right now in my life. I have so many plans and stuff, so I'm positive.
I mean, when I look at you, and I remember back then in UB, I remember especially the graduation day, taking that selfie and everything. Yeah. I'll be like, wow, this is growth. Yeah. What can you say about yourself as a person? Who for you? How can you describe yourself?
I would say Godisz Fungwa is a young, resilient, hardworking man. I think the one thing that has kept me going all through these years has been the drive that I have for what I want to do. Each time I set my mind on something, I want to do it, I go for it and I do it. So I think my definition is, hard work, humility, and patience. Yeah.
Some people don't actually know this fact about you, that is that you have put in a lot of work. The other time I was talking to some people about you and they were like, you guys just something from nowhere, just a sign. I'm like, whoa.
They don't know that.
They don't know. I first saw you on a poster back when I was in UB, and it was Nigerian. And I was like, if I wanted to get into acting, that would have been my motivation. Like, I look at this guy and this girl and this flyer, I'll be like, okay, someday I can get to this flyer. Describe your journey.
My journey has been a very crazy one. I started way early and younger. So I'd known exactly what I wanted to do way back. I'd made a decision and said, this is what I'm doing. This is the direction I'm taking. A lot of people usually don't get the opportunity to know what they want to do early. And even if they do, they don't get to start putting in much work. I come from a very crazy family. My background is not all the best. So I knew right from back then that I needed to work super hard, harder than every other person, So before coming down to university in Boya, I was in Bamenda, I started you know, I was with a theater troupe called Noble Theater Arts Entertainment, and we're doing like theater stuff. Even though back in school, the drama club, GBH Bamenda, yeah, I was already doing stuff in school, but then I knew that in school was not really enough. I went to you know, work with a theater house called Noble Theater Arts. So we started doing theatrical performances on stage and all of that. And after that, I knew that Boya was the place for me to come to, because at that time, Boya was the hub of entertainment.
It still is, though.
It still is, though. Somehow, you know.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to attend university here. So when I got here, I knew that this was the chance, this was the place and chance for me to actually chase this. You know, if you want to actually grow in a particular craft, you have to go where it's happening. So where was the place? And I came here, I joined I should say a production house called Nigerian, New Generation Entertainment. You know, it was headed by Mr. Bisong Viran, you know, at that time. And we just had this dream and passion, and we went on forging and working hard to see that we can build this vision and dream. And then after my time with him, I started working with Mr. Kang. You know, that was when I fully got into the industry. I met people. I was a PA. You know, I've been a PA for so many productions, and I started from there. From there, I became a production manager. It's quite a long story, but
I mean, it just tells us that when people say if you want to be a leader, you should learn how to serve.
True.
Because I've seen you being an assistant, personal assistant. I've seen you being production assistant on projects and all that, and being production manager and all that. And then we look at you today. I see the people you work with. It just says it all. I mean, if you want to be a leader, you must learn how to serve. So, how's your how do you manage? Because mostly what people have been saying, or what we've been saying, is the fact that your comedy career, because I know you're a fantastic actor. Great job on that. I watched you on Saving Bango. I was there on the set when it was being shot, and I watched you on screen, and I saw how amazing you are. I saw of an actor. Do you feel at one point in time like, okay, this comedy career of mine is going to overshadow this other part? People will stop taking me serious in projects. Do you get to feel that? Like that?
Yeah, I do feel like that a lot of times. But I think that's because most people have not had the chance to watch my movies. You know, a lot of people have not. And the thing that is available to them is the comedy skits that I do, because it's easily, you know, accessible. Most of my films are on Amazon Prime and stuff, and people, I mean, the population, they've not had the chance to go on these platforms and watch these films. Some of my films are not released yet, you know. So you really, people, they actually, whatever they see is what they know you for. Because this business is mostly perception. It's what they're seeing. So I can't go out there screaming and say, hey, I'm an actor. Why you guys, you know, calling me a comedian and stuff. And when I won Best Actor back in 2020, Best Cameroon Actor at a Crown Noir, a lot of people were like, why are they giving a comedian Best Actor and stuff? So I was just like, hey, you don't know. You know, you don't know. If you all get to watch my movies, you know, that perception is going to change. But then I know over time it will change. You know, it will change over time. Same thing happened to Will. You know, Will came up with the first film that he did, which was a comic thing. You know, but over the years, people got to see the other films. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. People got to see the other things that he had done. So I'm giving them time. It's a matter of time.
They should have that time to check it out. I mean, guys, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you should check out his films on it. He's a fantastic actor. Saving Mango is a dope project produced by Stefan Etum. So, Richard, let me call you Richard. There's this person that we met that works with you and says something really amazing about you and your working relationship. And let's watch it. And when we see the video, we'll get back. We'll talk more on the show. Let's get to watch this video, guys.
All right. Godisz Fungwa to me is a colleague, a friend, and more than a brother to me. We've been working together for more than a year today, and it is quite interesting working with him. Since I started working with him, we've not had any major challenge. We've not had any misunderstanding. He's always there for me. He's always there to make sure that I have projects. He recommends me. In fact, he is more than a brother to me. I've enjoyed working with him. And my prayer is that God should bless him. God should continue to bless him.
Marcus. So that's your man. You're always together.
Yeah.
What is your working relationship like with Marcus?
Amazing. I think I met Marcos way back like 2012, but then we're not really like friends. When I was still back with my theater troupe in Bamenda, we had a performance to go do in Dub. So Marcus was actually based in Dub. And then, I actually slept in his house for like 3 days, way back then. And then I'd forgotten the encounter we had. Yeah. So as time went on, I think back in 2019, this guy kept on sending me messages every single day, like, hey, bro, how are you? But then I could not really recall this guy, like this person I work with. But his resilience, his consistency, he kept on writing. So in 2020, like the end of 2020, I just said, let me give this guy a shot. So I replied, and then we talked, and then we met in 2021, and he told me about this character and this thing that he really wants to do. So I said, okay, let's give it a try. And we did our first comedy skit. It was super amazing. Amazing. So I think he's a great person.
I mean, the collaboration between you two is fantastic. Every time if you see Richard, you see Marcos. Marcos is always like that person like around Richard, and there's this thing. Yeah. Recently, you came together with other comedians, Auntie Felicia, Copies, Karan Copies, Dokas, to do this virtual women presidential debate, and you were a moderator. Great job on that.
Thank you so much.
What can you say about this collaboration, like coming together because I'm someone who talks a lot about the power of people coming together to work together, about collaboration. True. What can you say about the collaboration?
I think it's the best thing that has happened to us comedians in the industry. We all have different audiences. Yeah. Richard has a different audience from Auntie Felicia and the other guys. Coming together is bringing all these people together, which is a great thing. And I feel like this is the foundation that we're setting for the future of comedy in this country. A lot of young people before now, they don't know that we could all come together and make things work. Because individually we have plans. I have my show I want to start soon. These other people have events that they want to start, But then this is to tell our people we can collectively do this and this can work. And it's actually working. We did not believe that. I mean, the turnout was super amazing. We did not believe that this is going to happen. And this is just to say that unity has so much strength. We underlook unity a lot. And I wish that a lot of every other artist who's in the industry can see that we cannot do this on our own. But together, your 2%, my 2%, his 2% can make it all 10% for us all. So, yeah.
Now, as a young Cameroonian, growing up in a country where survival is sometimes for the fittest, sometimes survival is very impossible. What does success mean to you? What does arriving at this point, what does it mean to you as a human being, as a Cameroonian?
Let me just say this first and foremost. I don't think I am close to where I ever want to be. I'm not I don't feel like I started yet. Every single day I get up feeling bad about myself because I don't feel like I have done what I really want to do. My purpose is way bigger than I even think about every single day. And when I meet people say, hey guy, you're successful. That guy don't blow. I'm like, I ain't even started yet, man. I want to be in a place where I could influence the world, but I'm happy that I can influence the society around me right now. That is a gift, I've been working hard all my life just to be in a place where I can have a voice, I can be able to change things. I can be able to make people smile. That is a gift on its own. But I feel like there's still a lot of work that has to be done. And this is just the beginning because, man, we're going to touch the sky. We're definitely going to touch the sky.
I mean, we should. I mean, you should, man. You're doing a great job. And I'll keep emphasizing that point because when you started, I read comments on social media. I read about backlashes from other comedians who've been in the industry. Like, okay, these guys, filmmakers have turned to TikTok comedians and all these things. I heard that, but one thing that got me was how you could ignore all this and focus on your art. Like, this is what I want to do. Like you just said, this is not where you want to be. You have somewhere you're going to, and you ignore all that on social media because social media is some place where it's like a jungle. And this person says this, you don't know who, somebody sits behind their keyboards and type whatever they want to type on social media. But what makes you mature, what makes you that person is how much you ignore it and focus on where you're going to. You know where you come from, and of course, you know where you're going to. As somebody who has been in the industry for a long time, what do you think that the film industry needs at this point in time?
Well, the film industry, I feel like we need to work super hard. Right? Trust me, we talk a lot. We just talk a lot. We are more of a talking industry than a working industry. You know, I want to tell amazing stories. I want us to tell these beautiful, amazing stories every single year. Let us forget our differences. I don't need to like you to work with you. I don't care if MC the Benja is good or whatever. As long as you're good at what you do, let's work. You know, because it's all about work. We cannot build an industry if we keep talking every single day. I mean, how many times do you? I mean, let's talk about Hollywood. How many times do you hear that Angelina Jolie is beefing with a person? These people are busy working. You know, people want to build stuff. People don't want to sit around talking about others who are building stuff. You know, we need to work super hard, bro. We ain't working. You know, we're talking too much rather than working, because every single day on social media is about, oh, this person has done this person has done that, and this. I mean, we should have gone past that already. You understand that? Because there's a lot of stories that have to be told, and there's no time. We don't have time. This life is short, bro. Short. Like, before you know it, we're old. But then this is the time that we have to make magic. So I want to sit back 50 years from now and say, damn, we did this. You know, I want my children to grow up and say, my daddy is a superstar. My daddy left this mark. I want the generation coming behind me to be able to say that, oh, these people built something. These people help us, you know, set a pace. You know, we're not doing that. We're talking too much every day. It's crazy. You know, the energy ain't good. You know, I just think that we need to work. Yeah, we know a lot of people talk about market and stuff. All of that, for us to create all of that, we need to work hard. You know, we need to have people who are daring, people who are not sitting at home thinking about, oh, A has not done this, A has not done that. Let us just get to work. Get to work. You know.
You heard it yourself? Let's get to work. Let's work. If we don't work, we can't be here. If we don't work, we can't talk to y'all. So let's just get to work. Now, before we get to one amazing part of the show, I know you're going to like it because Richard is that kind of person who likes that part. Let's talk about one thing that is trending right now on social media, gender-based violence. You know, I watched one of your skits that you did about gender-based violence some time ago, and it was amazing. The message I was passing through was really amazing. What's your take on gender-based violence?
First of all, it's not a good thing. You know, I grew up in a home. My mom and dad were super cool. I've never ever seen my dad hit my mom. You know, I think that's the one thing I respect my dad for.
My dad too.
Yeah, never.
Never seen him with my mom
and before. Dad had a big role to play in my life, the way I perceive the society and all of that. You know, I respect women generally. I do respect women, and I wish that every other woman could respect men too. You know, gender-based violence it's crazy. The skit I did, I handled it, you know, from a perspective of the man. You know, I had this woman beating this man, just to say that it is not one-sided. It's not always about women, even though most of the cases are men who are beating women. But I know that violence is not just, you know, physical. It's verbal. It's, you know, it's all of these things. So I wish that the education can center around what every human being is doing, you know, which is violent, not just about a particular gender hitting this particular gender. Like, we all understand that we're human beings. We have to be civilized, because, you know, you don't need to provoke some other person for them to violate you, because it's provocation and itself is violence. You know, so I just want to say I stand against violence. Violence is not something. In most of our skits, we are always skeptical. When there's a scene that is violent, we try to not make it as violent, because people learn from these things. What they watch on screen is mostly what they get to believe. So I think one of the highest things I'm trying to do is to use my platform and influence to say no to violence.
No to violence, guys. We all say no to violence, man. No to violence in all form. No to violence. Putin, no to violence. We say no to violence in any form. Okay. There we go. Guys, I'm going to get Richard drunk. He likes it, bro. He likes it. So, guys, right away, we're not going to waste much of your time. Let's dive into our game of shots and see how many shots this guy's going to take. Today is different. You guys are going to like it. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. And of course, we're still live on Chat Center. And our guest is still here, Richard the comedian. And of course, you can call him the mentor. I like calling him the mentor because I want him to mentor me. You're going to mentor me now, Baba?
I think I'm not mentoring you.
Why?
No, pa, you don't cross line.
If you mentor Samuel Eto'o,
Yes, that's a young man who is humble. Are you humble?
Best song?
Yes. No, I'm not mentoring you.
So, guys, this is the game of shots. But this is how it goes. Like,
Okay.
you are playing this game for the first time.
All right.
I mean, you are playing this game for the first time.
Okay.
And now, we use cards today.
Okay.
This is how it goes. I will divide the cards in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'll give you your share and take my share.
Okay.
Now, you put two cards, you put one card down. I put one card down.
Okay.
The person that has the lowest drinks.
Shit. Come on.
So are you ready?
I'm ready, bro.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Here we go. That's yours and that's mine. So it starts with you. You put it on the table. You don't look at it. So you take it out and then you open it. Take it from any side. You can take it from under, from up. But once you pick it, let's see. Let's see.
Which one?
This is 40. This is bigger.
Joker is 40?
He's 40. That's 40. He's bigger. Okay.
Am I drinking this all?
No, just this guy. The guy was just drinking everything. Now I go.
Okay, you go. How many is that?
This is like 12, 11. I'm sure. No, it's like 12.
Why do you have just those kind of cards?
Okay, wait.
We should restart the game back.
How can we start the game? Okay, fine.
Oh, 3. Praise the Lord. 6. Young man, go ahead.
That's 9.
That's 9. Drink. Let's go quickly.
Yeah.
This 10. 4. Keep drinking, bro. Keep drinking. Keep drinking. Here you go. 6. Oh, help me, Lord. How many is
Okay,
it?
6 is bigger than that. That's like 3. 2, 3. Okay, K is 2. Then Q is 3. Drink, bro. 5.
You're so drinking this time. I told you so.
5 again?
5. You still drink. Oh. No. Come on. I have 2. Okay.
So the last round, this is the last round we're going.
Wait, why do you have all the jokers? Why do you have all?
I didn't make that, guys. I did not.
No. There's something wrong. These cards have been tampered with.
I like justice.
No.
Right.
Come on.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Keep the joker there.
Keep the joker away, man. You're so drinking. Take. Yeah, 3.
I have to get the last one. 9.
9.
Drink, bro. Finish it up. Yeah. Wow. Nice game. Thank you very much for coming.
Now, Munya whiskey, this. They made him whiskey of a Munya.
Thank you very much for coming. Richard the comedian, Godisz Fungwa. Wish you good luck in your career. Keep making us laugh, man.
Thank you.
It's so great to have known you a long time ago and then see the progress right now. It's fantastic. And keep doing what you do. Never stop doing it, bro.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. It's been great here with me and Richard the comedian. It's been an amazing time on the show. It's been an amazing game. He is the first person to play this game with cards. Every other person on the show has played it with questions. I decided to bring cards this time around because he's Richard. Of course, guys, if you want to keep following the show, you make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel. It's The Six Studios. And follow us on all social media handles. It's Chat Center. We love you all. And please stay out of trouble. Please, let's say no to every form of violence. Violence against men, violence against women, violence against every other person. Let's say no to it. I love you all. And of course, see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you very much for watching. My name is MC Divenja. My name is MC Divenja. And of course, you want to keep watching amazing content like this one on this channel, please make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's the 6 Studios. If you don't subscribe, I won't beat you, but you won't taste my coffee. No, I'll give you. Subscribe. Down there, I won't look. Thank you. Bye-bye.